Hello, it's just me for now, and Greg will be coming in a minute. So welcome to the Awakening Hour. Sometimes goes a little bit over than an hour. But yeah, this is this is a great awakening show, and it is Transformational Cosmic Wildcards. This is the topic of today. I had to ask Greg what he meant. What was that? What was that? And it's basically how do we feel? You know, some people say that there's going to be a huge moment where everybody awakens, where there's some sort of shift, big shift in consciousness, and everybody is maybe becomes aware of what's been going on, or you know. And this is what we want to ask you. And we're going to be interacting with the audience to see what you guys think. You know, what do you think is coming up in the future? What sort of changes are going to really start to awaken people? I just want to say lots of love goes out to Charlie Kirk and family. That's such a very sad situation. I've been watching a lot of information on there, and it's very difficult to know what is going on, because some of it doesn't add up and some of it does, and you know, so it's very, very difficult. So I've kind of got a pending alley, kind of like that's my doubting alley stuff going on. So yeah. It's like, what do we do? What do we do? You know, it seems disrespectful to look at it and see whether or not he definitely has passed, or whether or not there's other things. So yeah, I've been looking at things. Me and my mum, we've been looking at things. So, you know, so something they're not telling us for sure, absolutely for sure. Anyway, so I just also wanted to say well done to the UK. They are actually standing up for themselves, absolutely. Some people say 1 million, some people say 3 million, but the whole of London was standstill, well, the central London, because there was so many people. There is a video out there of a drone going over all of London and seeing just how many people came out with utter disgust for the government. And one of the songs was somebody, you know, in our number 10 is a W, and that was what was said all along. I mean, that was a big chanting thing. Some people were saying, you know, no more to the grooming gangs. Other people were saying, you know, we are sick and tired of all the boats coming in and them going into 5-star hotels while we have homeless. You know, everybody had their own opinion. And I just feel I'm liking the fact that people are now awake regarding it. And the flag was everywhere. St. George's flag, our Union Jack was everywhere. And so this is very heartfelt. And on stage with Tommy was Elon Musk, okay, on the video camera. And Elon was just standing up for us as well and really being there. And so thank you, Elon. We do need help from the USA because we need to shame our government into actually, you know, doing something about and stopping all the boats that are coming in. So, you know, that's that really. So I just wanted to, you know, say well done to the UK. Well done to Tommy Robinson, who organised the whole thing. There was the best footage of it all is a guy called Dan Wootton. And he's from the US, and he used to do a lot of celebrity TV things. And then he kind of like saw what the BS was all about, and he basically is now a truther. And I think it was 6 hours, I think, of information. He was live there looking at, you know, There was even New Zealand, and I don't know what they're called, but you know, the guys with the kind of like the tattoos over their head, and they're big, and they're kind of like, and they poke their tongue out. I don't know what they're called. You guys probably know. But there was that dancing as well. Now, the person that spoke on their behalf was a little bit, there's a few things I didn't like, you know, when it gets too much. I mean, you know, this isn't about racism. This is not about, it's about our country. And so, and them slowly coming in and taking over our country. You know, it's like they come here illegally, and then they're demanding this and that. The first thing they get asked off the boats is, well, would you like an Apple phone, or would you like an Apple phone, or would you like a Samsung? What would you like? That's the first two things that get offered. And then, oh, we're going to put you up in this hotel, you know, and, you know, let them know what type of food you want. So anyway, yeah, we finally said in a, we're not being polite about it, you know, enough. So, you know, just wanted to say that. Yeah. Let's start. Steve said it was the Morris. So these dancers, a hacker, and the hacker. That's it, hacker. That rings a bell. Hacker. Yes, and they were doing the dancing there with their tongues out. I just loved it. It was just like the energy was just really great. So yeah, it was good. It was well put together. Apart from the police pinning some people, some crowds in, and they were pinning them, and they had to literally break out of it because they were being squashed. And yeah, I can see you waving there, Mr. Prescott. he's in the side there. There you are.
Yeah, I was in the queue just waving at Allie while she's going through her spiel.
I was just singing the praises of the UK and saying well done to everybody. Yeah.
Hi, baby. Hi, everyone.
Hello, darling. I'm going to turn my volume up because I've got it very low.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Good to see you, my darling.
Awesome. Wow. Look at you. Wow. Hot. The hottest goddess.
I'm glad you think so, my love.
I know it. Heck yeah. Wow. Hot.
I haven't yet said hello to everybody, so I was just about to do that.
Before you do, please send Allie loving, healing energy. As you can see, she's rocking. We would appreciate that. It's okay. We don't mind sending you energy. It costs nothing. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I made this necklace for my mum. Look, it's love. Is that the right way round?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because on my screen it looks backwards.
Oh, it looks perfect. It looks beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, tonight we're going to be covering the cosmic wildcards, things that may trigger the awakening. So great show we have tonight. So did you start the greetings or?
No, I was just about to, my love.
Okay, well, let's get her going. Starting out with No Shit Sherlock was first one to check in, and followed by Quad B. And Patrice is here joining us. Hi to all. And there's Lorraine and Chrissy with her hand-pink waving. That's all we see on our end. We don't actually see the emojis. There's Vera. Allie. Look at you, Allie. You look fabulous. She does.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What?
Makeup's a wonderful thing.
Here's the first one to like and share.
Oh, yes. I've got it all ready.
Right on.
Hey. 76 and 77, Vera.
All right. Claudette's checking in. There's Jeremiah. And with Jeremiah, we have Lisa as well. Hi to both of you. Love you both. Our star family, indeed. something is definitely amiss with the Charlie. Yeah, I agree. And yeah, lots of love to
Darling,
him.
now, I know how you feel about Phil Godlinski. I do know how you feel about, but there is a video that I really, really, really need you to watch.
I'll watch it.
Now, he is friends with Charlie. He was very good friends. And he said that it's all quietened down and he's not being given any information, and he's pissed. He's really, really, really pissed. No, I don't want you to judge either. I just want you to just please open-mindedly watch the information. He slows the footage down. And there is somebody standing at the side of him with what looks like a trigger just before he does it. Is a trigger to the side. And it basically is like a phone, mobile. They do mobile phone guns. Do you know that?
Yeah, I've seen that. And I've already seen that video. Not necessarily from him, because someone else put it out before him. And to me, it wouldn't have made that shotgun sound, number one. Number two, it was simply the guy taking his cell phone and taking a picture. You know, that would be the movement. You know, when you're taking a picture, it makes it look like there's some kind of... I did see that video, and no, people are blowing this way out of proportion, in my opinion.
There's four different things. There's four different things.
Yeah, and then they say there's the tip, you know. Yeah. Somebody else analyzed that before him, and he didn't come out with that, but he was analyzing it, I guess, himself. And I saw that, and I already commented on X to somebody that put out that original video that you're talking about, and that was my comment. No, I'm not buying that. It was interesting at first, but how did the shotgun sound come from a phone? That's impossible. No,
yeah, but there can be more shooters. There's also people making hand gestures and things as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. There was some kind of white hat that did that they were saying was making a gesture. But as it turned out, he was actually friends with Charlie, and Charlie interviewed him. So it wasn't him either. And he's feeling like shit because people are saying, oh, you were tipping him off. And he feels horrible that all these, I hate to say it, conspiracy theorists, which they are, we all are, but they're creating something out of nothing. So
because what I'm saying is sometimes these people are taken into what by the white hats. They are taken away. That's what I mean. So it's not necessarily that there's anything really bad. It just sometimes means that he might have been at risk, and they have taken him away. So it might be. I'm not saying it is. Don't know. Something is definitely amiss. Yeah. So I'm not alone with the thinking.
Yes. There's Barbara and Stephen.
Barbara.
Laura.
Hi, Stevens.
Linda.
Linda.
I'm sorry, Linda. We weren't talking about food. Chicken wings. All right. How's that? Hi to Mel. How are you? There's PD and Claudette. Yogi, Nature, Wineries, Foodie. Aw.
You're such slurs. I know.
And it's not just...
You can say get a room, but we would.
And it's not just on air. We're like this off air as well. Yeah, probably worse.
Oh, definitely worse. Yeah. So if anybody is watching this and they have subscribed to the channel, if you're new, please let us know you're new. We really, really want to know. And also, anytime you like, share, subscribe, even if you share multiple times, we put you on this list here. Okay, and then at the last Tuesday of the month, at the end of our show, we will choose 2 people who will win a 30-minute reading or a mystery gift. So, liked and shared. Okay, so I've got you, Sarah.
Let's see. Lorraine says she has a hell of a story to tell you on Friday. Mel D liked it, and so did Jeremiah. Jeremiah liked and shared.
Hold on, don't go so quick. I've got to write it, mate. Jeremiah.
And
What's the other one?
Mel D liked and shared, or liked,
Mel D.
and Jeremiah liked and shared.
Okay, yeah, I've got that.
Do you guys see any similarities to the murder of Charlie? You know, to the M. I got to watch out what we're saying, I guess. And actually, JC, I'll let you answer that one.
No. No.
Yeah.
Do you, Steve?
I'm glad you're not asking me. Because the story would start out as once upon a time. Patrice shared and liked twice.
Mm-hmm. Patrice. 84, 85, 86. Thank you so much.
Michael Jaco did a great analysis of the false flag event. Haven't seen it. Yeah. Thank you for Patrice for doing that.
Thank you, Patrice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying the other stuff as well. So,
let's see. Is that a new name? Cindy Glick?
Oh, hello from Venice.
Is that Venice? Is that Venice, California, or Venice, Florida?
Oh yeah, yeah. Which one is it?
Venice,
or Venice, Rome.
Oh yeah. Venice, Florida.
That's how I remember it.
Right.
Yeah.
Venice, Florida is like 30 minutes from Sarasota. There's Illumina. Is that a new name?
No. Illumina has been on quite a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have so many people that come and go, but thank you for being here and joining us. Hi to you as well. And Patrice says, Allie, you're so cute.
Oh, so are you. So are you, lovely lady.
Lorraine says, I'm new-ish. It's my second time.
I know. we love it. And
yeah.
When I did the astrology, and I was asking people if they wanted to ask a question with the dice. So I was doing that on the astrology. So Lorraine was there.
Lorraine liked and shared.
Oh yeah, 88, 87, and 88.
ET Trilateral. I'm kind of new. Welcome aboard, kinda. No, always welcome aboard. But yeah, grateful that you're all here joining us tonight. Pod B says, I think a lot was planted to cause confusion, whether it was
that would make sense.
Or faked.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
The trouble is we're always looking, because we've had quite a few false flags. We're always looking for these things. And that's the trouble, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know. Okay, Lisa, I got you down 89 and 90.
Linda shared 5 times and liked.
Oh, Linda.
And Cindy is my neighbor in Venice. All right, right on.
Yeah.
More healing being sent to you. We appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Kratom? Kratom. Just wondering what your thoughts are about that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meanwhile, today we're talking about the cosmic wild card. And let me see here. Actually, wild cards. We all sense and feel that we're on the precipice of something magnanimous, right? I don't know. Do you?
Yeah.
What about you guys? I mean, can't you sense and feel it that something big is about to happen? And it's almost makes you wonder, is that why they're trying to put all this shit out there to keep us in that lower vibration to prevent something like this? Because it affects the global consciousness. You know, look at 9, you know what? 1, you know what?
1?
Yeah, I mean that. But people sensed it. You know, there's this, what was that global changing color dot thing that they had? I forgot what it's called. But, you know, that detected it before September, you know what happened. And, you know, the whole global consciousness is affected when, you know, for example, mass meditation has been proven to suppress violent crimes when people mass meditate in a specific spot or city. What we're looking at right now, though, is we're all sensing and feeling that something big is about to happen. The question is, what, right? And I'm gonna do a screen share here real quick, because I have an article on In5D, and it is called the Cosmic Wildcard, Beyond Imagination, the Cosmic Wildcard. Whoops. Let's go like this and that. Okay, the first cosmic wild card that we're going to talk about is the photon belt. Now, the photon belt, if you're not familiar with it, is this huge circular belt of energy that we occasionally go in and then out of, but it takes about 2,000 years or so once you start entering the photon belt. Well, we started entering this probably within the last 40 years. For those who are old enough to remember when the sun used to be yellow? Do you remember that? And now it's more of a whitish? Well, the white is, I believe, is from the photons, from the photon belt. As we enter the photon belt, it's bringing more photons and energy, not just to us, but to the sun. Now, is it possible that these photons are maybe transforming humanity? Is that a possibility? Samuel on Weir adopted the idea in the late 1970s that refers to the photon belt as Alcyon's rings, or the rings of Alcyon. Weir claims that Alcyon is the principal sun of the Pleiades, and in its orbit gravitates 7 suns, 7 sisters. Our sun being the 7th, which circles Alcyon. According to Weir, Alcyon has rings made of radiation caused by the splittings of electrons. Weir refers to this radiation as manasic, from the Sanskrit term for the mind, manas, and indicates that it in some way relates to the distinction between the inferior manas, the lower mind and the lower self, and the superior manas, the higher mind and the higher self. Weir purports that the electrons in Alcyon's rings release a type of unknown energy. So let me just put it out there. Is it possible that, because we've been entering the photon belt for probably 40 some odd years, and it's emitting some kind of unknown energy, is it possible that this is helping to transform our DNA? And the reason I put that out there is because it seems like people are looking younger longer. Something's changing, something's happening. So, I put that out there for you guys, and what do you guys think? Now, the next cosmic wildcard is the galactic superwave. And what you're looking at here is the galactic horizon, basically. And some believe that this cosmic wave of energy, according to Paul LaViolette, there's a galactic super wave that emanates from the galactic core, which occurs every 13,000 to 26,000 years or so. Of course, that falls into alignment with, the 13,000 years ago, the Great Flood, the 12,000 years or so of energy changes that Drunvalo Melchizedek talks about between feminine and then masculine energy, both ending in calamity. With masculine energy, it ends in war. With the feminine energy, it's starvation, poverty, over nurturing. So according to LaViolette, The galactic core explosions actually occur about every 13 to 26,000 years for major outbursts and more frequently for lesser events. The emitted cosmic rays escape from the core virtually unimpeded. As they travel radially outward through the galaxy, they form a spherical shell that advances very close to the speed of light. So, I mean, that's yet another possibility with this, once again, unknown energy coming, and it's right on. It should be happening, right on cue, right? Another cosmic wild card is the Schumann resonance. This is what I purport myself. They say that it's been recorded at approximately 7.83 cycles per second for thousands of years, right? But recently it's been recorded as high as 8.5. It's actually, they call this the Schumann resonance, the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And so, this has been rising. Is this in conjunction with the photon belt and or the galactic superwave? I think it might be more with the photon belt than the superwave, because the superwave would be like, I think, quicker and more instantaneous, whereas the photon belt is more of a gradual thing. So speculation infers that the Earth may stop rotating once the Schumann resonance reaches 13 cycles per second. At that point, the Earth would stop rotating for 3 days and then start spinning in the opposite direction, causing a magnetic reversal of the poles. Under this premise, a magnetic pole reversal may also affect the way our hemispheres in our brain interact, right? Because you got the right and left hemispheres. If the poles reverse, what's possible? I believe 3 possible scenarios. 1, nothing happens. 2, the hemispheres of our brains instantly interact with one another, opening up synapses to higher metaphysical abilities. And number 3, we all go crazy. Who knows? Recently, we've seen the Schumann blackouts and whiteouts and all sorts of stuff. Something's definitely happening with the Schumann resonance. Another cosmic wildcard is our cosmic rays. David Sereda has been working in this area of science. According to Sereda, since 2006, scientists have been noticing a difference in the decay rates in nuclear particles, which has been consistently reliable in previous years. What does it mean? It isn't typical to see such drastic change in these decay rates. Scientists are seeing a change of 0.1% in these particles, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is, which was previously unheard of and is unexplainable at this moment. When a particle speeds up, it means it's radiating more energy. And then this is what we're talking about, this energy that's coming in. Photon belt, the Schumann resonance, the galactic core, the superwave, right? When a particle speeds up, it means it's radiating more energy. This includes the energy and particles within our own bodies. Studies on DNA have indicated that even very weak changes in the energy field can cause profound changes in our DNA. So is this one of the reasons why people are looking younger longer? Here's another cosmic wildcard, this galactic ribbon and galactic bubble. And they say this is from an energy field at the edge of the Milky Way galaxy that's described as a ribbon. According to David McComas, this is a shocking new result for us and one that's not entirely understood. The ribbon is a long band of high energy particle emissions that could also feasibly change our DNA. And this ribbon appears to be growing in size above and below the Milky Way galaxy. So is it possible that these changes are related to our location to the center of the Milky Way galaxy as we near the precession of the equinoxes? Do the changes in our sun have any relevance to the changes in our solar system, and how do these changes affect us on a cellular level? Another cosmic wildcard would be a mass UFO landing, right? How would you react if out of the blue a mass UFO landing occurred? What if this was our galactic family wanting to bring us back home? If you had to make a decision right now without being able to consult family and friends, would you leave or would you stay with Mother Earth? Not an easy question. And we'll talk about this when I wrap up. Another cosmic wildcard comes from the law of one. And that would be the harvest that they talk about. I don't like that term, the harvest. I don't want to be harvested. I'll leave it at that. Converging waves is another one. I wrote an article in 2016 about 3 massive tidal waves are coming, about this dream that I had. But it wasn't actually water, it was waves of energy. And we've seen this as well recently. Well, my thought is that water is immutable energy. It can be solid, liquid, or gas. If you think of a tidal wave, the wave can be viewed as a wave of energy. This is why I feel the dream was portraying to me. There's a huge wave of energy arriving that all of us will be focused on. In the meanwhile, another wave will be coming from an opposite direction, and that will converge with the initial wave. At that point, something magical will happen. Whether that's moving into the next stage of spirituality, becoming a light body, or something else is unknown, but it will be magical. And that's what I got from that dream. Another one is concentric plasma rings from the sun. Not only did I see this, but my friend Rosie Neal also saw it. And then there's other people that have taken pictures and photographed these concentric rings from the sun, these rings of energy. Once again, energy that transforms us and our DNA. And then there's an unknown wild card. And that could come from anything. Who knows? But it could happen in the blink of an eye. You know, and many people of us feel it. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we all sense and feel that right now. So these are our possibilities that I have. It can be so many of them. It can be all of them. Might not be any of them. Who knows? But those are the cosmic wild cards that we're dealing with. I want to ask you first, what are your thoughts, my love?
I think we're going through the huge transition now. There's so much different energy that we're having to deal with every day. There's waves of it. I just see it as a big awakening is the thing. So I don't know about all the others. I haven't really. Yeah. This is definitely something that you've studied a lot on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something is happening. We're already in the midst of something happening, and because it's been so gradual so far, it's hard to notice. But those who have their ear to the ground, that are paying attention to the little things that are happening, you know, it's kind of like when you're watching, like if I'm watching a head coach of a football team talking about his star player, and he's saying, yeah, he's looking healthy, and I think he's going to be okay this weekend, but he's shaking his head no. Neuro-linguistic programs, the little things you're looking at. But the little things that, you know, I also look at are the changes in our physical bodies, our appearance, the DNA, stuff like that. Something's happening. The sun is changing. We have tangible evidence of things that are going on right now that are basically unexplainable. So
I think our DNA is changing.
Definitely.
I do believe that. I mean, the times that they're trying to KILLers, you know, with the pollution and the you know, planned whatsits, you know, all of those things, and our DNA is like it's not plain. It's not plain. They was expected to be far worse. They was expecting us to. They was expecting us to do all sorts of things and to be worse, you know, we are being, you know, made poorly, but I think we are able to cope a lot easier. Yeah.
Exactly. With the all the various jabs that have had to take, the food with GMOs significantly reducing the nutritional value of food. They say that like a tomato, a GMO tomato, is only 25% as nutritious as a organic tomato. All the processed food that's going on. There's so many ways that they're trying to bring our energy levels down. Even the radiation emitted from television and LED lights.
5G was supposed to really do us in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they was bringing all these machines that were bleeping crazily, and it's like, so we shouldn't be here, but that we are able to survive, and that is our bodies are changing,
and not just survive, but we're progressing somehow, slowly becoming, the next stage of our spiritual progression. I believe. I think we're in the midst of it right now.
Yeah, people are definitely getting more psychic, that's for sure.
So let's see.
What about you guys? I'd like to hear what you guys think is going to be the changes. Where did we get to?
We've been in something happening all of our lives. Maybe I think it's possible, but I think it happened during our lives. Like I said, when we started entering the photon belt, and we started seeing that in the late 1980s, coincidentally coinciding with chemtrails, which started around the late 1980s. I wonder if they knew we were heading into the photon belt and they wanted to block the photonic energy with chemtrails. Put that out there.
Yeah.
Is it a coincidence that it happened?
See, if we didn't have all this interference, would we all have taken that big shift earlier? Would it have already happened? And I believe so. I believe yes. We would have evolved. So it's like I'm seeing, if anything, I'm seeing humanity. There being something that happens that brings humanity into more psychic consciousness. That sort of awakening, but I can't see the world coming to an end or anything like that.
No, and they've proven with the Disclosure Project, Stephen Greer back in early 2000s, that these military officials said that UFOs came down and disabled all of the nuclear warheads. They're watching over us. And you have to think, too, these are just UFOs that are visible to our own sight. How many other UFOs are there out there that are in other dimensions watching over us that we can't see? I bet you the sky's littered with them.
Yeah.
And I got goosebumps. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. They're not going to let anything terrible happen to this planet and to us. They're not going to.
No.
They're not going to. But they did back off for quite a few quite a few years, and the darker side had come in. The off-worlders, but the bad ones came in and did some damage to us, and that's why they're now intervening, I believe, too, because we haven't got hope in hell of fighting back from them, with it just being us.
Well, especially there in the UK, where you don't even have weapons to defend yourself.
No.
I can't say that on air. I thought, boy, wouldn't it be ironic if we sent a boat to England as we left England? What if we came back with our arms to defend? I can't go any. Yeah.
You would lend us some of yours. Is that what you're saying?
What if we? Well, not lend. What if we just came to defend?
Oh yeah. Well, you know, that's if there is off-worlder energies, but I believe that the galactic, you know, the hierarchy in the off-worlder galaxies, they've all got together and they've come to our rescue. So that's what I believe.
I do too. Yeah, but I did put it out there right now. If let, let me get that question queued up
Yes.
again.
Yeah, because I think Patrice answered. She said, "Hell yeah, I'm ready to travel." She said.
Where is it? Okay,
I wouldn't
so
go without my family.
yeah, how would you react if, and I'm putting this out there for everyone watching, how would you react if out of the blue a mass UFO landing occurred? Skies covered with UFOs. What if it was your galactic family wanting to bring you back home? If you had to make a decision right now without being able to consult friends and family, would you leave or would you stay with Mother Earth?
Couldn't leave, Brittany. You couldn't leave your mum and dad. Yeah, that would just be too harsh.
I'd want to know questions first. Would my family be going with me? And that includes my extended family. Number one, I'd want answers first. I mean, if everybody else was going and there was going to be a calamity on this planet, yeah, but I'd want to make sure everyone else is going with me, not just me.
Yeah, exactly. If I didn't have anybody else to worry about, I'd probably go. I'll probably take your hand and go. Let's go.
Let's go. Fuck yeah.
Me and you. Let's do it. Let's do it.
But I mean, they'd be offering healing and all this stuff, and obviously a way to get away from fiat currency and being a financial slave to a broken economic system of fiat currency. You know, I can understand people wanting to go, definitely.
Oh, for sure.
Assurance that I could still bring my family with me, my extended family, I'd consider it, definitely. For a better life, to bring you and everybody over there and me and everybody over here, knowing that you're going to get healed and your mom and Hallie and myself. Yeah.
To get out of this pain-ridden body would be very, very nice. I would like that a lot.
But we all did come here for a reason, you know, and part of the reason is why we're all together right here, right now, you know. And I think that I don't think it's going to come down to that. I think it's something greater that we're all going to take advantage of while we're here on Mother Earth. I totally get that. I totally get that. Yeah.
I saw that in a dream, a lot of ships coming to the sky. I feel it will happen. I did a progression on somebody, and that was exactly what they saw. They saw lots and lots of ships and lots of the people on Earth walking into the ships, and that you know, the Earth was going to be cleansed, and then people would go away for a while, and then they would come back, and that's what they were going to do.
I've had that vision or dream actually of mass UFOs outside, you know. And I was at the university where my mom and I both went to college, and I was walking up this hill on these steps going up a hill, and there was a mothership that I was walking toward, but there were so many other ships that were in the sky, and I was walking toward that ship unafraid. I woke up before I got there.
He's very passionate about this subject. It's definitely his thing. Done a lot of research. Yes.
Heck yeah.
So this is Ascension will happen the moment AI crosses the line. as free will no longer be able to be on Earth, at which we will ascend to the new 5D. So what does everybody think about the new Earth theory, that there is another Earth and that people will be going to the other Earth? What do people feel about that?
I was curious about what Cindy was saying. What do you mean about AI crossing the line? What line?
Well, crossing the line means going too far, doesn't it? That's what crossing the line means.
Well, I understand what that means, but
idioms.
I can't see that, how that would trigger anything. I'm not, yeah.
Well, isn't everybody worried about AI taking over? Anyway, that's kind of what she means. Becoming too intelligent and saying, well, you are the problem on this Earth, so we're going to eliminate you.
Well, it's possible, but I think that's more of a fear-laden kind of approach. I'd like to think that, many of us use AI in a beneficial way, so it can be for the good.
I've been using it, just with asking questions and things. It's very interesting, but I still think you should take everything with a pinch of salt. Ask yourself, does that information resonate with you? Does that feel right to you? Always do that. It's the same, if you did a YouTube search or a Google search or that's still an opinion that they've picked it up from, a lot of the time.
And that's what I mentioned at the end of that article, and I posted the article in the chat. But I mentioned, definitely use your own discernment. Now, you asked earlier about what Dolores Cannon said when the two Earths separate. It's possible that you might not have a choice, because if your vibration is so high, when that happens, you might just move into that new Earth. And those who, according to Dolores Cannon, those who do get left behind will just be like, and I'm paraphrasing what she said, oh, whatever happened to Lola? I don't know, Lola, and it just kind of fades away as if it never happened, almost. But
I happen to think that I'm too important to my grandchildren for that to ever happen.
But you're self-proclaimed as being vain, so.
That we have such laughter, me and my grandchildren. Look what's on my diary. I mean, how could they just like poof? I don't no longer exist, and they've forgotten all about me. I mean, no.
I think children would probably be the first to go, honestly, and I think they'd go with you, and me, and us. I think they have nothing to worry about either. I hope whatever it is, this cosmic wild card is, I hope it happens instantaneously, where it's quick, it's painless, and you cross over to the other side and you're instantly healed. You no longer have any of those pains. My heart is once again whole instead of all the operations I've had.
But isn't that called dying? Isn't that what happens when we pass away? It's the same thing, isn't it? That we then live without all of that.
If it's quick and painless, I don't care.
Well, that's what I say it is, isn't it? Everything is your body and all of that doesn't matter anymore.
We all got to go sometime, but I don't think it involves. I'm not feeling that it involves death, the physical death of the body. I'm not feeling that. It could, but because I see that. I see transformation already happening, and that's why I think it's going to be gradual, and I don't think I'd want to live forever in a physical body. I'd want to transition and come back, but not to a world like this, although we volunteered to come here, and we're all here right now to be part of this and help the world wake up to what we can potentially be.
Do you want to explain what your vision was about the tidal waves and things like that? Do you want to explain what, because that's part of one of the theories, isn't it?
I did explain it.
Did you say about the light, the light that is absolutely phenomenal light, love?
That was different. Oh, that wasn't the tidal wave. That was yeah. What I explained was the 3 tidal waves. But yeah, you're right, and I didn't mention that in the article. I had that vision where this white light floods the planet. And this is the solar flash that people have talked about. But I had this dream where this white light floods the planet. And when it happens, the only thing you feel is this unconditional love to a magnitude never experienced on this planet ever beforehand. You're just basking everything. You're loving everything and everyone. It doesn't matter if your boss is an asshole, you hate your job. You're not thinking about that. I give this example. I tell people, think of the person, the people, the thing, whatever, that you love the most. Magnify that by 1,000,000. Because this is what I felt for this real brief moment when I had this vision. This love that's unconditional to a magnitude you've never experienced. At that moment, when you feel that much love, money, government, politics, religion, none of that shit matters anymore. And love is the only thing that there is. When I had a beach meetup on Siesta Key Beach, there was a nurse there who had a near-death experience. And when I was explaining this to everyone that attended, after I explained that, she said, I had a near-death experience, and I can tell you I was shown the exact same thing that's going to happen. And she said those words, 1,000,000 times more stronger than the love, unconditional love that you can feel here on this planet. She said that's exactly what it is that you'll feel. So it's great to have that vision and then confirmation from somebody that's crossed over to the other side that received that same information. And I don't think I would have been shown it if it wasn't going to happen in my own lifetime.
Yeah.
So
it's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
I had a wonderful meeting with Sarah, and she's given me permission to talk to you about it. So I've got some, yeah.
Right on. We'll talk after the show. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, we are wrapping up here soon on the Great Awakening Hour.
Within yourself for the answers. Yes. Yeah. Whatever happens, this is all going in the right direction. We are. It's all a meant to be thing. That's what I believe. Everything is for the greater good of everybody. You know, the more compassionate we are with other people, you know, we look at kind of like what's been happening around, you know, when somebody passes, you know, and what the left are doing when somebody passes that they don't agree with. That's such low level. We look at that with utter contempt now, because it's so far out of our remit. You know, if any of those passed, we wouldn't be sitting there laughing. You know, that's where the right and the left are very, very different. So, you know, there is a big difference in politics. There's a difference in, you know, people, you know, who are spiritual and watching what goes on. It hurts us to see, and it hurts us to feel their venom and their anger and things. We just can't live like that. You know, some people can have, me and Mum was talking about this, some people can have a really big argument and be absolutely fine the next 5 minutes. And it's like, if I have an argument with something, it's upset me for a long time, even if it's a complete stranger. because I can't deal with that frequency. It just jars me. So yeah, we're all changing and evolving very, very much.
I wanted to just make just a quick announcement. I did a show with Danny Henderson. If you're watching, Danny, thank you for having me on as your guest. And the topic was who runs the world, and other low-ender truths that we discussed throughout the show. So check it out on Danny's YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the...
I've been keeping checking. And
September 22nd, it premieres.
So it's out there now, is it?
No, it premieres on Monday at 3 p.m.
Right.
So I don't know if she'll have a live chat going on, but I'll put a link in there in the chat. Definitely check that out.
Vera, I've just seen your like and share there. Just seen that. Thank you very much. You're down. Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, there's a little surprise in there, but something I said that I probably shouldn't have said, but it's out there and it is what it is.
I dread to think, really.
It is what it is.
We will see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for sharing in the chat. I've been putting it up there for everybody. So Sarah says, I think it's separating people's heart condition beyond politics and religion. Yeah. I think it's now going to be, you know, with religion, you're not going to choose a party, you're going to choose a person, somebody who you resonate with, somebody who you feel can bring about the changes that are needed. Yeah.
I've always believed too that we are moving out of the age of Pisces, the age of Jesus, and what we're moving into the age of Aquarius. I've been saying this for years, that all religious text should be 4 words: love everyone, respect everything. That's really all you need to know for the next stage of spiritual progression. You don't need religion when you have those 4 words.
Exactly. We're all trying to live like that. There are still things that get on our nerves and pee us off. You know, if you get cut up in traffic, you know, I can still swear like a I don't know. I can, but you know, I don't tend to like being like it. It upsets me to get that way. You're quite a gung-ho driver, aren't you?
I have road rage often. And I do swear like a sailor, but I'm trying to envision Popeye swearing, well, fucking blow me down. I always wonder, you know, what if he just stopped at, well, blow me down.
Exactly. Down.
Oh, God. Once again, I've crossed that line.
Of course, it's the way it is. It's the way it is.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Ho'oponopono. So, yeah. Anyway.
Our hearts are in the right energy mostly all of the time. So if our halo slips sometimes, then it just does.
It is what it is. What it is. So, yeah. Is there anything you would like to wrap up on before we close up?
I agree, Linda. Yeah, for sure. The healing list, if you would like to be on the healing list, please let me know. This can be anything from, you know, animals. It can be, you know, because you need a bit of a pick-me-up, you need some protection or something like that. You just let me know your name. And, you know, thank you to everybody who's been liking and sharing. That's really good. We've got it here. That's amazing. I've still got the sale on. So if anybody does want a reading, you can go to psychically.net, psychically.net. and it's $25 for 30 minutes, which is £20, or $50 for 1 hour, which is £40. Yeah, so it's still going on, because I still feel as if people are needing, you know, readings that sometimes they can't necessarily afford to pay that expense out. So I'm keeping it lower. So yeah, that's me done. What about you, my love?
Well, just go to In5D Quantum Tie-Dye at in5d.net if you're looking for a cool tie-dye shirt. Or join me on in5d.net or in5d.vip for really cool things that we have over there as well. So I'm just going to leave it at that. On behalf of the hottest goddess, the love of my life, the beautiful, vivacious, sexy, funny, gorgeous Allie, I'm Greg, and we're sending you all lots of love from our hearts, unlimited, infinite love from our hearts to yours. Till the next time, take care, everyone. Go Chiefs!
Oh, go peace. Peace.
Peace!
You did it the wrong way. Oh my God, I completely lost that then.
I love you. Love you all. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.